Hey guys, this is specifically for my empaths and HSPs. I don't even know where to start this. I'm sitting here doing my own meditation, getting my own messages, and being told, oh my goodness, I just got overwhelmed with emotion. And being told that sorry, I'm feeling everybody's stuff. It's a really, really hard time for empaths. It's been a really hard couple years for empaths, but right now specifically, there's something right now specifically. If you're feeling overwhelmed, if you're feeling like this, emotional, like crying and really feeling everybody's stuff. Like empaths always feel everybody's stuff, but you're like really feeling it. I'm getting that this is really hard on empaths because right now, well, for one, we're going through our own internal stuff, right? Internally, we're like being forced to drop stuff and recognize stuff and, see things for what they are, see that we're not aligned with people and situations and yada yada, and we have to shed those things, and that's hard enough. But then we're also, because we're empaths, we're feeling the energy of everyone else, which includes all the empaths going through this and all the people who are lower vibrational going through what they're going through, and they don't understand what they're going through, so they're raging and they're emotional, and we're feeling all of this. It's super heavy, it's super hard, so if you're feeling that, it's not just you. Spirit is saying to be sure you're clearing your energy. And I know I say that all the time, but right now, I would say at least through the rest of the summer, be sure you're clearing your energy every day, because intentionally, unintentionally, you are literally picking up the energy of the world right now. If you just look at your own environment, you're going through your own things, because we're literally being asked to give up the old stories of I have to put up with this because it's my family. I have to put up with this because it's my spouse. I have to put up with this because it's my best friend. I have to put up with this because this is my job. You're literally being forced to look at the things that you have to drop. And you're feeling all the emotions of everyone around you. Then you're feeling all the emotions of everyone in your city, in your state, in your country, in other countries. The whole world is going through all these shifts and all these energy waves that we keep talking about. The entire world is going through this. When you look at it as the bigger picture, and you are someone who can feel all of that, of course you're overwhelmed. Of course you're overwhelmed. Of course you're uncomfortable. Be sure you're clearing that all out of your energy, because you've also got your own work to do. You have to level up. This isn't just something happening to you. This is happening on a global scale, and you're going to have your role in the next level. You have to be ready to be there. So you can't let this drag you down. And I know it's hard. I know it's overwhelming. I just sat here for a second and couldn't even get myself together. I have nothing to be sad about, but I'm feeling everybody else's ish. And now we've been talking about the energy waves and what they're supposed to do and how we're supposed to be learning and working with the energy and yada yada. We've been talking about that for years, but we're at a point now where it's like, I don't know, a couple years I'd nudge, right? We've got these energy waves coming in and we're supposed to be da 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 da, but we're a couple years in now, and like the divine is really putting the screws to us in the most loving way. Like, all right, we've nudged you all, we're gonna nudge you, now we're gonna freaking push you. And it's uncomfortable. And I don't want you to think that you're alone. I preach the energy waves, I feel them, I get the messages from my guides, what we're supposed to do with them, but I'm not perfect, I'm feeling them, trust me. And I clear my energy multiple times a day, and I'm still overwhelmed, so It's not just you. But here's the truth. Empaths have a purpose. You transmute energy, whether you want to or not, whether you are doing it intentionally or not. So the key is to, okay, you're literally here to do this, to take on these energies and transmute them. And the reason it's so hard is because we haven't figured out how to do that. I'm trying to think how to say this. It's hard for me, but why is that? Because I'm not taking the time I need to take to do the things to transmute this energy. I'm trying to still teach people and coach people and do readings and da-da-da. And I'm not getting outside and grounding and doing the things to transmute the energy that I should be. And it's like the more you accept the fact that this is your job, the easier it will be. So take the time. When you're feeling overwhelmed like that, like I always say, do what your body tells you to do to get the energy out. So if you got to have a good cry, have a good cry. If you got to hit a pillow, hit a pillow. And then do the things that light you up. That's how you transmute the energy. That's how you take this heavy energy and turn it light. Does that make sense? Find the things that make you happy, because shifting your energy shifts that energy. I hope that makes sense, because that's what was coming through as I was meditating, is that the reason it's so hard right now is they're really sticking it to us now, because they're done trying to nudge everybody. They've been trying to get everybody to choose a side. Are you going to be the light or in the dark? And it's too late. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I've been, for the last decade or so, I've been trying to tell people in my own life that, like, you have to stop slipping into the dark side. But time's up. The people in your life that have, given into narcissism and greed, it time's up. Don't try to get them to come to the light. It's too late. We're here. So that's the reason why the pressure is so heavy, but also because our guides are saying, do the things you need to do to transmute that energy. That's why you're an empath. That's why you're here. It's why we're all sort of scattered all over the place, because we're like this lightning rod. Do you know what I mean? We get hit, we take the hit, and we transmute that. You're literally brought down to the earth to help with this transformation that the earth is going through, right? You're down here to literally heal your family, your community. You are most likely the pattern breakers of your family, right? I'm trying to think. Pretty much every empath I work with, it has been established that they are the ones in the family breaking the old patterns, the old, be it women have no power, or money doesn't grow on trees, or, breaking the patterns of abuse and things like that. That you're literally here for that in your own little world and in the community you're in. Like, where you are living, there's a reason. And even if you're like me and you live all over the place, there's a reason you're being taken to certain places to be that lightning rod. And I haven't even got into if you're like Heyoka empath like that. If you are a Heyoka empath, you are probably really struggling right now. But that's it's like the more you're struggling with it, the higher your purpose. The more lives you're supposed to touch, the more you are here to heal people. Another big thing empaths are being called to do now is to recognize how, I'm sure if you're an empath, I'm sure at some point, if not most points of your life, you have felt like you don't belong. You don't belong in your family, you don't belong at your job, you don't belong in your friend group, you don't belong. You're different. And we're kind of being forced to look at how we don't. And we were never supposed to. Empaths are not supposed to fit in the boxes that society has built for everyone. We're not supposed to be in the brainless, mindless, go to work, come home, go to work, come home. We're not supposed to be in zombie land like that. And you're kind of being forced to look at that, and you're being called to, whether it's through a career you enter into as an empath, you're going to be called to do something that requires your gifts. Working as, and I'm not saying any of these jobs are bad. I'm just saying, like, working as a checkout person or wait staff or that's not really going to be your thing moving forward. Now, that's not to say that you can't help people as an empath. Being a waitress, I did it. I was a waitress, and plenty of times people were having a bad day and I was able to cheer them up and I felt great. But you're getting called to do, I don't know how to say this, more of what you're here to actually do, what your actual purpose is. I don't know how to do this. Okay, they literally told me back up, start over, don't get into the career so much yet, but talk about how we're being called. Okay, so we're being called to notice we don't fit into the hubbub, the go of society. And the reason you need to see that is because, again, it's not possible to do the transmutations of energy that you need to when you're stuck in that, because look what happens when you're overwhelmed with all this energy, right? What's the first thing you think? Oh, I don't have time for this right now. Right? I don't have time for this right now. And so, we shove it down, whatever it may be. And so we're literally saying, I don't have time to do the thing I was born to do. Do you know what I mean? And so they're saying we have to step out of that because we're in a time where we can't put off transmuting energy because we are so overwhelmed with it. And we have to clear out the things that we've already been pushing down our whole lives, right? We have to clear that out, and we have to start taking the time every day to transmute the energy we're picking up. And believe me, like I said, I'm failing. I'm failing every day. I'm failing every day. So I'm not lecturing anybody. I'm just trying to help you with what my guides are telling me. I'm not, literally, I think my life should be spent sitting outside. That's why I do so many meetings outside, by the way. I try to ground myself as I'm doing them. But I think I should just be meditating and sitting outside 24/7 till we get through this. But I can't do that. So we have to take time at least every day, because I know I keep saying it, but we are so in the thick of it. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, they're saying we have to get away from the avoidant behavior. We have to start somewhere. You're not going to perfect it overnight, but we have to start with that. When we're feeling overwhelmed, be it our own things or things we're picking up from other people, we have to stop avoiding it. We have to stop doing that. I don't have time for this right now. We have to stop that. And maybe I need to say that more. I know I'm always saying, as an empath, when you're taking on other people's energy and it makes you feel heavier or darker, blah, 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 I'm always like, obviously cry it out if you need to cry it out, hit a pillow if you need to hit a pillow. But I'm always like, find something that makes you laugh, watch something funny, or talk to a friend who makes you laugh, because that will lift your spirits, boost your energy. But it's bigger than that. I think I always kind of focus on how to make yourself feel better, but by making yourself feel better, that's how you are filtering that energy, transmuting that energy, changing it. Do you know what I mean? So yes, do those things, do what makes you feel better, go out and walk barefoot, whatever will take that energy for you. But it's bigger than you. It's also doing your job of transmuting the energy that you're taking on. I hope that makes sense. Oh, Lord. I guess we're channeling. I guess some stuff's coming through. Hold on. Okay. I'm being told to express to several of the people that I work with, there are things we've been working on for a few months, right? Things you're trying to manifest or call in or whatever. And for a couple of you, we've touched on this, that because it hasn't come in does not mean it's not coming for you. A lot of this is divinely orchestrated, so you'll have this time to yourself to handle everything that's going on. Now, obviously, had I known we were coming into all this, I would have said, maybe we should hold off on this. There's this big shift happening and we're about to be in the middle of it. I didn't know before you guys knew. I'm telling you as I get the information. I knew something was coming. I didn't know what this all was. I still don't know exactly what it is. I just know we're all transitioning into a different timeline on Earth. So I'm being told that your guides hear you. The divine hears you. You're not being told no. You're just being told, hold on. You've got these things you have to handle. And if it's a relationship, then the other person has things they have to handle. But you have a job. You are, first and foremost, an empath. I'm sorry. I hate that too. Like, I don't want to be an empath, and I don't want that to be my main job, but it is. Apparently, that's what I signed on for. So they're saying that, yes, you couldn't have had all the growth and all the breakthroughs you've had if you were given who or what it is you're trying to manifest too soon. I'm also being told to try to shift the narrative, even the narrative I've had about protecting ourselves as empaths. Yes, you do have to protect yourself. You can take on a lot of toxic energy and it will have an effect on you, emotionally, energetically, sometimes physically. So you do have to protect yourself, but they're telling me what that does not mean is to block the energy that you take on, because that is what you're supposed to do. It's just that we have to learn to manage it. We have to learn to look, we're all sponges, right? We absorb everyone's emotions and everyone's energy and everyone's everything. And we have to be able to know how to accept that. There is no blocking it. It's going to happen for the rest of your life. I'm sorry. So we just have to learn how to work with it. I think I and a lot of people who talk about being an empath and, disconnect every day and protect your energy may have not explained fully, in the sense that I don't mean protect yourself as in there's a way to shield yourself to never take on people's energy. That's not the case. That's never going to happen. I mean protect yourself as in be the empath you are, be the sponge that you are without swallowing it whole. Do you know what I mean? It's why I'm always clear your energy, or let me clear your energy. Like, you have to process that energy and get rid of it. You're never going to block it all. That's just not a thing. And I'm getting that maybe people need to hear that maybe people are on the lookout for a way to stop being an empath or to stop taking on energy, and you can't do that, but you can protect yourself so you're not getting physically ill, so you're not going into a depression, or, do you know what I mean, being completely drained. And I'm getting that is something we desperately need to work on now as empaths, is learning, okay, I do take on this energy, let me process it, and send it back out. That's why I say the best thing to do is once I cry it out, if I need to cry or whatever I need to do, then I go look for something that makes me laugh, because that is my way of taking this heavier energy and putting it back out into the world as a positive through laughter. That's why I'm always saying find something that makes you laugh out loud. I hope that makes sense. It's rough. It's a heavy feeling energy right now. And again, if you need sleep. I find myself falling asleep midday, just as I'm doing things, I knock off for about 10-15 minutes. So every single day. So and again, if you're not able to clear your own energy, reach out. We can just do basic energy clearings. It doesn't have to be a whole session. Just, you really need to process this energy right now. Dare I say, I'm 52 years old, and this is the heaviest this year, and particularly right now is the heaviest I've ever felt energy in my life. And I literally feel like I'm feeling the world's emotions, the entire world's emotions. There's been several times I thought it was just what's going on in our world here in the US, and I was like, I'm getting the frig out of here. I hate it here, But I think it's not just what's going on here. It's going on everywhere. In every country has its own thing, or things happening because of these energy waves. I still am considering getting out of here, but okay, let me see what else comes through. Okay, yeah, I guess we are sticking with the empaths, HSPs. Actually, what I'm hearing now is Earth Angel, Chosen One. Empaths. Sorry, right now it's a lot of whisper. Empaths, HSPs, Chosen One. I'm trying to make sure I'm catching it. Light workers. But heavy on the empath, and what your guides are calling Earth Angels, Chosen Ones. Why am I hearing, do you know the Muffin Man? Do you know the Muffin Man? The Muffin Man? I don't know what that's about. Maybe somebody calls you Muffin? I don't know, but it's in empath for sure. But the guys are saying Earth Angel, an Earth Angel, a chosen one that's been through like a lot. You've been through a lot in life. There may have been like a lot of pain, a lot of breakups, loneliness. It feels like a lot of having the rug pulled out from under you. A lot of, thinking this is, like, it begins with family, right? This is my family. I'm here for them. They're going to be there for me. And then it's like, whoops, no, they're not going to be there for you. Then you go out and like, okay, this is my best friend. I'm there for them. They're going to be there for me. And it's like, well, nope, they're not going to be there for you. Then you go to your relationships, and it's just over and over finding that out. Like, nope. Every time I think I'm settled and I've found my people or my tribe, no, they end up stabbing me in the back and on to the next situation. It's like that. A lot of movement. There's a lot of movement. So like a lot of movement in, I don't know, like your living situations, your jobs, your friendships, relationships, whatever, movement. It's like I keep trying to build something and I keep building it with the wrong people. I keep building and they keep knocking it down. I can't get past a lot of movement. I move here, I move there, I move here, I move there, I move here. But finding out that was part of your purpose. You're not, so like in life, you're perceiving, I know this very, very well. As it's happening, you're perceiving it as, I keep having to scrounge and find where I'm going next. And it's like, no, you keep being led somewhere next because you're supposed to go to these places. You have planted seeds in every one of these places. You have healed things in every one of these places. And they're saying if you're not now, you're going to start recognizing that like, this is not catastrophe happening over and over again. It's that you have to learn to not try to plant roots because you will be picked up and put into the next quote unquote job. I hope that makes sense because there's several of you I've talked to about this year that are recognizing this. But I'm getting there's some new awareness coming. Some new people are starting to be aware, like, oh, I always thought like I couldn't find my my place, but really I've had a job. I had to go to all these different places and be put in all these different situations because you are the light worker, you are the empath. You're there to heal things and, dare I say, expose things. And so if this is for you, this has happened over and over and over. You're picked up, put somewhere, picked up, put somewhere, picked up, put somewhere. But as it's happening, it may not feel like that. As it's happening, it may feel like, oh God, tragedy again. The rug's pulled out from under me again. Anyway, what I'm getting is whatever message is about to come through is for those people. The empaths, the starseeds, the light workers that have been shifted all over the place most of their life. And shifted, again, it will appear in your life that it's because bad things keep happening and I have to move again and I have to move again. And the guides are saying, no, those bad things happen to get you to go, because otherwise you wouldn't go to the next place and the next place. And because we have a tendency to grin and bear it, yeah, it sucks here, but I don't want to have to pick up and go again, so I'll tolerate it. So Spirit's like, okay, well then we have to push you to go to the next place you need to go. There's something about figuring that out now, beginning to figure that out. I don't know why I keep hearing, do you know Muffin Man? Muffin Man, I don't know what that's about, but I don't know. But again, and this came up the other day about your ability to adapt, to get through things. Because that's what I'm seeing, although these things may hurt you or upset you or whatever, you're able to pick yourself up and find balance. They just keep talking about a lot of things happening to this earth angel, these earth angels, multiple chosen ones. And how even in your lowest, at your lowest points or your time of need, you're still thinking about other people or helping other people. It's the energy of I'm struggling, but I'm also giving the shirt off my back because they're cold, because I know what it's like to be cold. It's always that. It's I know what it's like to go through that. And it's I know what it's like to be hungry, so I give my last bit of food to this person because they're hungry, but then it leaves you hungrier, more hungry, whatever. It's that energy of even when you're struggling and suffering, you're still trying to help other people stop their suffering. Somebody who just, I don't know, very nurturing, very mothering, very parental energy in the best possible way. Parental, I want everyone to be okay. I'm going to take care of everyone. I'm watching out for everyone. Yeah, they're saying you've been very giving, your whole life, very open, very, actually, some people, the lower vibrational people, may class you as being naive or gullible. I mean, I don't see that in any way, shape, or form, but lower vibrational people would think that because they're not, they're not going to give what they have to other people. They don't care about, they're very self, and you're not. because they keep emphasizing how, like, even when you're struggling, you're still concerned about other people. Your energy is actually great, wonderful. But lower vibrational people won't understand that. And they will most likely try to take advantage of it. So